I think probably the most common mistake is overcrowding the grill, putting too much food at one time. I always work on what I call the 30% rule. 30% of the grill, no food, so that you have room and space to maneuver. So if you get a flare-up, hot spot, you move that food to a cooler spot of the grill. Of course, the other thing is a shift in your attitude toward grilling. A lot of guys put food on the fire and sort of hope and pray it will come out. And I try and teach people to control the fire, not let the fire control them.
Right. I see the same thing. People just locked into one kind of heat, you know, and they put everything over that heat, whether it's duck breast, or lamb chops, or, you know, planks of zucchini or squash, and all the hoping and praying in the world is not going to make those things all come out perfectly.
Yeah, physics, it's kind of hard to fight physics. So, Jamie, what's your most catastrophic, spectacular grilling disaster?
Well, you know, back before I didn't know a whole lot about this, I was actually an intern at a restaurant in San Francisco, and most of my job was at garde-manger, which, as you know, is basically putting together salads and plating up the desserts. But one day the grill cook did not show up, and so I was asked to take over the grill, which actually was out in the dining room. There was a wood-burning grill out there, and we did whole racks of lamb, French racks of lamb. And I, you know, used sort of basic instinct and said, well, put meat over the fire and cook it till it's done. But of course, there's this fat cap on the surface of the lamb rack, and as soon as that started to melt into the fire, I had the towering inferno in the middle of the restaurant. It was so embarrassing, just blackened lamb. The bones were scorched, but it didn't take long to realize that if you just move the lamb to the side of the fire, where it's still hot, you're not going to get the fat dripping down and turning into this inferno. So. That was definitely a catastrophe. The chef was not happy, but I recovered quickly. Good. How about you? What was your catastrophe?
Well, I think mine, my biggest catastrophe, let's see, I was doing a cooking demonstration for the Washington Post food editor and for NPR Morning Edition, to which I'm addicted. And I was using a new grill that was very badly designed and had its smoker box in the center of the grill. So I was doing indirect grilling. I was doing a beer can chicken. It was not a Weber grill, by the way, of course. So I put my chicken on the grill, set up the smoker box, turned my back, came back, opened the grill lid. The thing was like the burning bush of the Bible. Entirely caught fire. I was lucky enough to have caught it early enough, so I blew the fire out, continued cooking. It came out beautiful, looked great. But the misery of my exploit that I'd set a beer can chicken on fire was reported on National Public Radio and in the Washington Post, and that was not so much fun. Lesson there is always learn to use your grill before you show it off to others.